What up? Home day today with my kitty cat. Raining outside, so not able to sit outside. Tim Hortons mukbang. I don't even know what to say. Moment of weakness. Got a farmer's wrap. Got a weak ass hash brown. Oh, that thing. On my mind today is still kind of processing the somatic therapy. I think is probably the biggest thing. It's really crazy how little needs to be said or spoken or understood in my brain for how much is going on in my body. You read Body Keeps the Score, you intellectualize it, you understand that there's deep feelings and soreness and tenseness that's held like deep down, and you read it and you go, okay, that makes sense. And then what the fuck do you do about it? There's exercises and shit, but okay, I'll do those later. I need to understand it. So then it's like closed in my brain, right? Going to a somatic therapist, but even just kind of sitting with myself in the present moment, I realize the tenseness. I think that's really like the thing is like right now I can feel in my hands like tenseness or like a need to like and the more I become aware of that, the more I become, the more I exist in the present moment, maybe is a better way to describe it, because it's not a control thing. It's more of like an observing, which is funny because like, I don't know. I was in like first year university, second year university. I read like Power of Now, and I became really into like mindfulness meditation and like, staying in the present moment. But it was like total theater for myself. Like I was trying to convince myself that what I was doing was being in the present moment. But really what I was doing was like pretending to be in the present moment, if that makes sense. Like my brain was still running the show, but I would be like, no, this is presence. I'm observing the tree. And like there would be moments where it would kind of sneak through, which was really nice. But so much of it was coming from such a place of like trying to fix myself that the lessons and the care and the comfort and the gentle nature of it, of how little pretense there is, of how simple it is, never really stuck for a really long time. That was like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, maybe more. This tastes like shit. It's always tasted like shit. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone pretend that it was anything other than what this is, which is shit, but still drinking it. Yeah, like being present, embodying presence, I think really requires you to have a curious and observing approach to your thoughts and your feelings. And it took me a really long time to be kind to my own thoughts, right? Like recognizing that the way I think and the way my brain processes stuff is trying to keep me safe. It's using outdated programming, and that's okay. It's trying its best. I still love the bouncer example, where it's like a really excited bouncer that's like ready to throw somebody out because they're like, hey, I'm helping out. I'm doing a good job. I'm keeping the place safe. And it's like, yeah, that's sweet, but like, maybe your like approach is a little too intense right now, and I really appreciate what you're doing, but like, let's chill it out a little bit. Like, let's be a little kind here. I'd say around 2015 was the first time I think I started to be kind of nice to myself about how I think. It was when I got diagnosed with ADHD. It was when I had to kind of like put certain presumptions I had about myself to the side. I would have never said it about anybody else, but for myself, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I can self-improve my way out of this. I would never hold that standard to anybody else, but I was holding such a negative standard of myself that I was like, no, you got to fix this. And then once it kind of sunk in and I was able to get the supports I needed and realize understanding myself better requires observation and not shame, I started to be really nice to myself and how I think. But then I'd feel emotions. I'd feel a tightness in my chest. I'd feel anxious. I'd spiral. I'd feel really sad. And those things would simultaneously control the whole show. They would take over everything. And I would have a terrible self-image around it. I would be like, it's embarrassing that you're feeling sad and that you can't just stop feeling sad. And you should be ashamed that you're angry right now, or happy, or excited, or whatever. So you're trying to push it down. You're trying to contort it or control it or control it, I think is the thing. It's not like observing. It's like, what are you? What are you doing? Give me your details. Like interrogation almost. But those emotions, very similar to the thoughts, are just kind of signals that are coming up. They're signals. They're trying to tell you something. And if you ignore them, they go to your brain, and then you start having thoughts influenced by the emotions, right? These are just ways your body's communicating with you. And truly embodying that like meta level awareness is like a check-in right now of like, am I slouched over? How's my neck? Is it tense? The biggest one, I talked about this yesterday, but I think the herbal cig might have hit a little too hard. So I don't know if I came across the right way, but like when I talk a lot, maybe I'm feeling good, like in my body, and I'm talking. And then as I'm talking, it's like slowly rising up. And then I'm like talking and I'm like, hey, I'm so excited about this. Da, 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 da. And it's like, I'm doing this with my hands. I'm like intensely curling my fingers. And even just yesterday, like sitting with this and letting them kind of like relax naturally. I literally just hyped myself up doing that. Coming back into the body and letting it kind of rest at a point, maybe not needing to talk so much, maybe sitting for a second, maybe observing how I'm feeling. A lot of questions. I think that's it. I think that's it for today. Pretty good day. Hoping to get outside later when it stops raining. Anyway, see you later.